everybody please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening. I'll do roll call. Sandy Kufelt.
Here.
Chris O'Regan.
Here.
Christy Hilton. Here. Artie Bryson is absent excused. Cindy Valentine here. Joanne Shirkey. Here. Mark Bouchard.
Here.
Everyone but Artie, and I will entertain a motion, since the supervisor's not here, for someone to chair the meeting this evening.
Make a motion to allow Chris O'Regan to chair the meeting on Monday, September 21st, 2020, 7 p.m., Clay Township Board meeting.
Support. Okay, we have motion and support. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
None opposed. It's all yours.
All right, here we go, everybody. First order of business, let's pay some bills. I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion for bills payable in the amount of $93,525.26.
We have motion and support. Is there any discussion on the bills payable today? Hearing none. Roll call.
Chris O'Regan.
Yes.
Christy Hilton.
Yes.
Cindy Valentine, yes. Mark Bouchard.
Yes.
Joanne Shirkey. Yes. Sandy Kufel.
Yes.
Motion passes. Next order of operation, we have public comments. Do we have any public comments for tonight's meeting? No public comments? Let the record show there's no public comments this evening. Next order of operation, we have our consent agenda. I will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda consisting of the board meeting of minutes of September 8th, 2020, and check reports.
Support.
We have motion and support. Is there any discussion on the consent agenda? Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next, we're going to move into new business. The first order of operation is through the building department. It's a new hire, part-time, for Tracy Doan.
Board, I would like to make a motion that we approve the new hire part-time Tracy Doan for our building department.
I'll support that motion.
We have motion and support. Is there any further discussion on the topic?
Is she in attendance?
Yes, she is.
Where's she at?
Right there.
Oh, sorry. No.
Tracy, would you like to come up and introduce yourself?
I can.
That'd be great.
Where would you like me to go?
Right at the podium, if you wouldn't mind.
I'm Tracy Doan. I've lived here all my life. I have a lot of experience in medical, nothing in this area, so I'm excited to learn something new. So this will be a new adventure for me.
Great,
Yep.
great. You're excited about the job,
Yes, I am. Very much.
the opportunity?
Oh, absolutely.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you, Tracy.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So we have motion and support on the table. This is a roll call vote.
Christy Hilton.
Yes.
Cindy Valentine, yes. Joanne Shirkey. Yes. Mark Bouchard.
Yes.
Sandy Kufel.
Yes.
Chris O'Regan.
Yes. Welcome aboard, Tracy.
Thank you.
Number 2, under new business, we have the police department. They would like to entertain a new hire for a full-time position for Mr. Darren Tenbush. I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion for the police department to hire full-time Darren Tenbush.
Support.
Motion and support. Chief, could you maybe introduce us to Darren?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, just give you a little history. Darren's been a police officer for approximately 2 years now. He's currently working in the village of Lexington as a police officer. We have done an extensive background investigation with him. Everything has turned out to be favorable for him as a police officer. We've gotten very good recommendations from prior employers with a very good work history. So therefore, we have brought it forward to this point in front of you to recommend him for hiring full-time. So I'll ask Darren to come on up and he can answer any questions you might have.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello,
Hi,
Darren.
Darren.
So you're coming down from the Lexington area to work in the big wide expanse here of Clay Township.
Yes, sir.
But you're used to waterfront evidently, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You been out in a boat yet, or you soon will be, I suppose? We still running a boat for, Or do we shut
About a
that?
week ago was the holiday weekend was our last weekend.
Okay, all right, well, good deal. Well, get ready for next year.
Maybe next year, right?
Of course, we also have ice, yeah. So you've been 10 years as a police officer?
2 years.
2 years?
2 years, yes,
Okay, I
sir.
thought you said 10 years. I don't have my hearing aid in, so, you know. Oh,
It's 10 Bush.
Yeah.
all right, well, welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, Darren.
How are you?
Couple questions for you. First of all, just so we can get to know you, why Clay PD?
Clay PD was first actually brought to my attention by Officer Gordon Thompson, who's with us tonight. I worked with him over in Lexington. I actually ended up replacing him, and he's been over here since he's left Lexington. Since he's left, I've heard nothing but excellent things, not only about the police department itself, but the township as a whole. And you know, speaking of that, it's something that I have wanted to take part in since I've heard about it. Speaking with Gordon probably once a week since he's left. He said once there was an opportunity, he would let me know. I turned my application into the chief. I heard back. It seems like an excellent community. I've come down here to fish multiple times. I'm an outdoorsman. I love to hunt and fish, and I feel like not only the environment matches my personality, but as well as the personalities with the police department. I think I'm going to be a great fit.
Good answer.
You will
Good
find
answer.
out that the board here supports our police department and as well as our fire department 150% continually.
That's excellent to hear.
Okay, so, anything you need, we'll probably get it to you if it's within reason, okay?
Thank you.
So what I can tell you is after a couple of years of really watching and diving into the Clay PD a little bit, the chief holds his officers to a very high standard. But there's a lot of camaraderie that goes with that. There's a lot of professionalism that goes with that. So if if you're doing all the right things and checking all the right boxes, you'll probably have very good success here. But our chief is an incumbent chief for a lot of years because of all the right reasons. He's a very dialed-in guy. He's very in tune with the pulse of the community, and he expects a lot out of his officers. So just so you know that you're what challenge you're up against.
Okay. I
What did you
feel like
think
I'm up
about-
to it.
What did you think about your last chief?
Larry Sheldon over in Lexington was a phenomenal guy. I think that I'll continue to be friends with him after I leave. And to be able to be as close to your chief as I was with him was excellent. Just very, very phenomenal guy, very intelligent. Any questions that I had, I felt very comfortable coming to him with, as well as my sergeant. So he is from the White Lake area, so I would think maybe some of you guys might actually know him. But phenomenal guy and chief.
Is he gonna be a little upset that you're leaving?
Yes, he is. He is. He's actually upset that Clay Township took Gordon as well. So
Thinking he might be concerned.
a little bit of a sore
Trend going on.
subject.
Fajardo was actually there too.
Oh, boy.
I'm not driving through Lexington anymore.
You might want to send him like.
At least
Christmas
not Monday
cookies or
through
something.
Wednesday when the chief works.
Does the board have any more questions for Mr. Tenbush?
Do you mind if I say a couple things?
Please do.
Okay. Well, I want to start with introducing my wife in the back, Amy. Today is actually our 1-year anniversary. We've been married for a year.
Congratulations.
We had a phenomenal weekend together. Spent most of it hunting. So really just absolutely gratified to be here in front of you guys and to show you the officer I can be, as well as the person I can be. We're very excited. So,
Thanks for coming in.
absolutely. I was super excited to hear it.
actually meet an officer before we make the decision to hire or not. So good choice by coming in. That's all I have for you, Darren.
Excellent.
Board, any other questions for Darren? Okay, we have motion and support.
We do.
Roll call?
Cindy Valentine, yes. Mark Bouchard?
Yes.
Joanne Shirkey? Yes. Sandy Kufal?
Yes.
Crystal Regan?
Yes.
Christy Hilton?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Well,
Thank you, Chief. Buddy. Thank you.
Mike, don't go anywhere.
Thank you. Uh-oh.
Item number 3 under new business, we have an Ira Township, an LCC inspections and enforcement agreement. I'll entertain a motion.
You're killing me. I'll make a motion to approve the Ira Township LCC inspections and enforcement agreement. Support.
We have motion and support. Chief, can you fill in the blanks a little bit for us?
Yeah, this was something that we weren't previously doing. The LCC inspections, that's something that we work in conjunction with the Liquor Control Commission, basically doing annual or biannual inspections of any of the establishments that hold a current liquor license. We will go in, we will make sure that they have the proper licensure, insurance, everything that right down the list, everything that the LCC requires. We do receive funds for this each year. Along with that, Ira Township has agreed that the funds they receive from LCC will be forwarded to our department to handle that end of the enforcement as well, so.
I'm assuming that our township attorney has taken a look at this in Wesley?
Yes, matter of fact, what you're seeing right there is through Christine Anderson, who is also an attorney for our township. So,
So it's been
yes.
approved by her. See anything?
No, we had a couple little things, after reading that, we were able to sit down, we were able to get them all worked out. And then what you see in front of you is us negotiating back and forth and just making sure we're, dotting all the i's and crossing all the t's, and that's where we're at right now. We've been working on this for, probably a couple months right now. And this is what we have as far as the final product, and I don't see any issues at all. Like I say, it's a line item in our budget right now for Clay Township, which supports the enforcement of this, and then Ira Township's gonna forward, that end of theirs as well to us for doing this enforcement.
Are you gonna be doing any pre-tax, buys, or is that strictly?
No, it's
state?
something, with that right there, if it is something that's specialized, we'll work with LCC, but generally LCC, if there's gonna be anything with decoy buys or anything like that, or anything to do with underage, or if it's a complaint against establishments, they usually head that up, we'll assist them with it. But usually they will head that up. The Derek Jones, who heads it up for our area right here, I've been working with him for probably 20 years now. Great guy, phenomenal to work with, wealth of knowledge, and we got a very good working relationship. So all in all, it works out real well.
So if we're following the money, you have a liquor shop, say it's in Ira Township, right?
Yep.
As they apply for their license, and there's regulations and fees that go with that, they pay the state, correct?
Correct.
Now, from that, the state then reimburses Ira a certain percentage of those
Correct.
fees?
Correct.
For monitoring and upkeep?
And also with special licenses, like you'll have Immaculate Conception, they'll have their certain events during the year, just as we do with our Lions Clubs or any other organization that'll apply for a special permit, and that. With those comes fees. With that, we end up getting a portion of those fees. Before they can even get that special permit, it's got to go across my desk first in order to be approved by the Township Police Department.
Oh, so you'll have.
So anytime there's a special permit or anything,
as well.
we got a heads up on and what they're doing, and if it's something that we don't agree with, we look at the plan, the forecast of what they're putting together. If we don't agree with anything on it, we'll get with whoever's having the event. We'll be able to sit down, and come to a mutual understanding on it. Now, we haven't had any issues as far as that goes. Everybody's been conforming to whatever we ask, so.
Terrific. Terrific. So, board, we have motion on this?
Motion and support.
And we have support
I
on
have one
this?
more question. Are we increasing staffing on the PD because of this?
No.
Or is it,
No need.
it's gonna just,
It's just something we're gonna wrap right in with when we do the enforcement for Clay Township. We'll wrap this right together and do it in conjunction.
perfect. Okay, thanks.
Good. Joanne, anything? Good. Is this a roll call vote?
It is. It's a council.
All right, roll call vote, please.
Mark Bouchard.
Yes,
Joanne Shirkey. Yes. Sandy Kufal.
Yes.
Chris O'Regan.
Yes.
Christy Hilton.
Yes.
Cindy Valentine, yes.
All right, the Ira Township LCC Inspections and Enforcement Agreement passes.
Thank you.
Item number 4, under new business, it's the THEMS Service Agreement, which is the Tri-Hospital Emergency Medical Service.
It is.
I'll entertain a motion.
I would like to make a motion to approve the Tri-Hospital Services Agreement with Clay Township.
Support.
We have motion and support.
Chief Rose, would you mind coming up and kind of going over this agreement?
Yes, it's a mutual aid agreement with Tri-Hospital. Because of our licensure we're BLS. We also have one with Ira Township Fire Department. So we're required to have one with Tri-Hospital also. The state comes in and they do our yearly inspection, and they kind of look for those.
So it's not even in need of, in need of Tri-Hospital, we also need to have it as well for our
Right.
end.
Yes.
This is just a renewal contract. There's nothing new or
No.
added or changed.
It's supposed to be revisited every 5 years.
so this is a renewal?
Yes.
And something you support, Chief?
Yes.
So this does have a thing of ALS and basic,
It's for,
maybe I shouldn't even ask that question.
They actually do the transporting for our
right.
residents if they're in need of a paramedic and a transport to the hospital.
Oh, okay, all right.
We can't transport with our BLS license, so
Yep,
they do the
got it,
transport.
got it, okay. Thank you.
Any other questions for Chief?
Refresh my memory, who's in charge of this? What's the administrator's name?
In charge of,
Is it Ken?
that would be Ken
Ken
Cummings.
Cummings?
Yes. Yep. When we go to sign that, we'll have one that's filled out with all the names on it.
Do we give them a retainer fee or anything like that, or?
No.
Okay, strictly services rendered?
Yep.
Yep. This authorizes, I believe, them to collect for those services, but not from the township, from the patient.
For the patient, right.
Are there any more questions for Chief? Hearing none. Roll call vote, please.
Joanne Shirkey.
Yes.
Sandy Kufal.
Yes.
Chris O'Regan.
Yes.
Christy Hilton.
Yes.
Cindy Valentine, yes. Mark Bouchard.
Yes,
Motion passes.
Thank you.
Okay, Chief. New business number 5. From the Assessing Department, we have an MCAO certification for Bonny Campbell in the amount of $1,050. I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the MCAO certification for Bonny Campbell in the amount of $1,050.
Support.
We have motion and support. Are there any questions or discussion about the certification class?
just a comment, after reading the certification summary, I often wondered how they come about assessing home values. So, I see it's quite comprehensive, so, good wishes to Bonnie on passing this. Pretty extensive.
So when we hired Bonnie, right, we hired her not only for admin, but also for a percentage of her day was to be spent in assessing, right? So this is like continuing that process that we hired her for. So we do a roll call vote? Or This is lesson 5, isn't it?
Lesson 10, yep. Oh, we can just do a,
So all in favor of approving the MCAO certification for Bonnie Clark signify by saying aye.
Campbell.
Aye.
Aye.
Oh, I'm sorry, Bonnie Campbell.
aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Sorry about that, Bonnie. Well, that's it under new business. So we're going to transition next into board member comments. Start with Cindy.
Sure. Just want to remind everybody that there's an election coming up on November 3rd, in case you didn't know. We did receive our absentee ballots this week, so we're hoping to have them mailed out by Thursday. They do have to be returned preferably by election day, but I believe there's been some legislation as of late that will allow them to be postmarked by November 2nd, which is going to add to the length of time that will actually take to get official results statewide. So I would just encourage you to drop it off in our Dropbox, which we will be putting a new Dropbox up out in front, or to return it by mail early. That's all I have.
Thank you. Mark?
Yeah, the Planning Commission will have a public hearing on Wednesday at 7 PM via Zoom, unfortunately. We'll be discussing 1900 South Channel Edition, waterfront fencing as part of the public hearing, and also continuing on with the recertification for Rose Marine and their building permit. I'd also like to mention that this is hunting season, specifically firearm and archery. We did have an incident, and the chief probably can talk more about that or have any information on that at all, but I'd like to warn everybody, or at least a warning going out, that it's dangerous out there. If you don't know anything about firearms, please get training, and I'd like to take a moment of silence for the young man that lost his life. Thank you.
With that, Chief, do we have any hunter safety planned yet, as of yet?
Nothing right now. They have not opened anything up. They aren't even in the office still. So there's nothing right now. The only thing that they're offering right now is the online portion with a field day end of it, and we don't do that. We do the full gamut of the course itself. So, yeah, nothing right now. I'm hoping we can get back to that pretty soon.
It's been an annual growing
Yeah.
tradition that generates a lot of response, a lot of activity. Excellent. Joanne?
I'd like to welcome our new hires, Tracy Doan for the building department. Welcome. And Darren Tenbush, full-time for the police department.
Thank you.
An asset to our community, I can tell by the way you present yourself. That's it.
Andy?
I would like to express the same. Welcome to Clay Township, both Tracy and Darren. And great job on the meeting, Mr. O'Regan.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Christie?
The communities in St. Clair County were recently approached by the treasurer to see who would be interested in selling dog licenses again. And Clay Township has submitted their interest to sell dog licenses, so we're still waiting for the information, but they told us that we can start putting it out there that sometime in the near future, we will be selling dog licenses at the township.
What's required for that? The rabies vaccination?
Rabies vaccination.
That's it? Just the rabies?
Are they still renewing annually, or aren't they trying to go to a 2-year?
They have a 1-year and a 3-year option.
All set?
All set.
Okay. Like a few of my previous board members, I'd really like to welcome aboard Tracy Doan and Darren Tenbush. Everyone in this room has a vested interest in the community. And it's like a family. And when you reach out and you grow, that you like to surround yourself with really high-quality people. And I feel like that's what we're doing today, is we're gaining ground. We've put 2 people on board that looks like they're going to make a real difference in this community, and that excites me. With that being said, I'll entertain one final motion.
Adjournment.
Support. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.